carpenters claim that as their work. They always install the blinds. But he's had 2 wires coming to him because they're electrically operated. IBW said that's our work. They claimed it too, because that wire's going to it. So there was a work stoppage to decide who was going to do it. And this goes on all the time in St. Louis. The IBW is the most arrogant people there that you'll find across the country as far as work rules and restrictions, hiring all the bad things you ever think about a union. That's local 1. They weren't going to give in. They were fortunate enough to have the second lead electrical inspector in the city of St. Louis come in and look at the situation and declare that was electrical work. Shut the job down. They weren't going to let anybody install those other than electricians. It's gone on now for several months. The building commissioners have been reviewing the case. There's been meeting upon meeting between both groups with the building commissioners. They're still undecided who's going to install these blinds. Finally, the carpenter said enough is enough. We don't need this anymore. What it boils down to is St. Louis is losing a lot of major corporations from coming to town and building headquarters, relocating their businesses there, just because of the labor climate. They know from the history of how bad it is there, the infighting amongst the unions, especially with the IBW and other trades. So they're losing out jobs. And the carpenters are losing hours. We all know that the more work a union does, the more hours they have in a job, the more hours they have, the more money they make. So the carpenters were losing hours. They said enough is enough, and they pulled the plug on the IBW and they formed their own local 57 electrical union. We've had some IEC contractors that have joined that union. There's some more difficulties that are coming because of that. One of the problems right now that they're facing, some of the contractors that have chosen to go with the carpenters union are now being faced with being organized by the IBW. There's a law that if you sign an agreement with the labor organization, in this case they've had contractors sign with the carpenters, there's a 45-day window there that any other labor organization can come in and have the same rights to organize that group also. So what the IBW is doing now is every day they go up to the NLRB office and see if there's any papers filed from any contractor to join Local 57, the Carpenters Union. If there is, they automatically go to the NLRB and claim the rights to organize those people also. So now what we have is carpenters that thought they were joining the carpenters. The only reason they're joining the carpenters say, we want to put together a team, a construction team, that we can go to developers, major owners, and say, you can come in here, we'll build a whole project for you. And so some of the contractors are, their eyes get this big, dollar signs come to their eyes, and wow, we can get a lot of work. We can grow our companies, we can get more work, become more profitable. Sounds good. So they signed with them. And now all of a sudden, the IBW's come in, trying to organize those same people. So on one hand, you have Carpenters Group over here, and you got the IBW. The IBW still has the higher wage rate through the negotiations. They're at right around $33 an hour right now on their wage, and then benefit package puts them right around $50, I think, an hour. The Carpenters is still lower. So if you have some of your people that are going to join a union, and they're being faced with this, all of a sudden they think, well, maybe the IBW's okay, we're going to union, let's go there, we're going to make more money. So then they both go IBW. So that contractor then, all of a sudden, I thought he was going to go with the carpenters and have all this greatness. He's now organized as an IBW contractor. And we know the IBW just out of business. So those contractors might as well just fold up and forget it, because they will be put out of business. What's happening now, even before card check in St. Louis, is there's companies that are being organized, the IEC contractors that it's already happened to. They make the promises to the employees, they're going to vote, they'll win the vote. Then all of a sudden, the people go down to the union hall then sign up and join the union and everything, and say, okay, you're an apprentice, are you a journeyman? Oh, I'm a journeyman, I got my 4-year apprentice in. Well, yeah, from where? Yeah, you see. Well, that's not good for us. We won't recognize that. You have to take our apprenticeship program. We're going to start you over. You got to go down to the bottom again and start on as an apprentice, work your way up. Because I don't want that person anyway. Some people, they'll go ahead and sign up, okay, you go sit on the bench. Well, by the way, there's 400 people in front of you, but sit on the bench and we might get you a job in a year or two. So that fine painted picture all of a sudden gets pretty gloomy. And once they're in, it's hard to get back out. We've had contractors that have lost people that have gone to the union. They're now trying to come back. And if you're like me, I think very hard about hiring somebody that wanted to go to the union. Now they find out how it is and they want to come back and join your company again. It's, okay, well, I don't think so. I'll look at somebody else. Card choice is going to change the whole playing field that we're used to. I mean, it's bad enough what we have right now, but it's going to be a whole different state of affairs. And the key to it, I believe myself, is in good employee relations. That's the start. There's other avenues you can take to try and stop it. There's a union that's a national union, but it's pretty prevalent down in St. Louis here. It's a CIU, Congress of Independent Unions. It's pretty much a merit shop union is what it was started for. And it was started mainly by some electricians that wanted a way out to offset the IBW. It's a union that's recognized by the NLRB. They go through all the same steps. They just don't have all the garbage and crap that a normal union does. They still have negotiated contracts. Each contractor negotiates his own contract with his employees. It's no boilerplate thing. Everybody negotiates the wage, minimum wages. They negotiate their own benefits. They have a shop steward. And they go through all the steps, but they have to in order to maintain their NLRB status as a labor union. We have several contractors who are in that. And it works as an effective means to keep the IBW from organizing you, because your employees are in a union, so they can't organize them. The only window they have is if you have a 3-year contract, that 30 days before that contract ends, there's an open window that opens for anybody to come in and talk with your people to try and organize it. So within that 30 days, if the IBW wants to come and try and organize your people and say, why don't you join our union instead of the CIU union, they have the opportunity to do that. That exists today, and it will still exist under the card check system, but the card check system, they can go on to card sign 6 months before that and have the cards ready.